Hi, my name is Leighanne Jordan, and welcome back to my show. This week, I have a special guest, Bash Wieland. Let's introduce Bash Wieland.
Hi, like Leighanne said, I'm Bash Wieland. I'm a senior at Bellarmine, and I'm really excited to be on the show this week.
Bash, are you from Louisville, Kentucky?
No, I'm not. I'm actually from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, okay, we have that in common.
Yeah.
I'm from Ohio too.
Mhm.
Anyways, like you said earlier, you're a senior. You're graduating with your undergrad.
Yes.
You still have another year of your master's program.
Yes. So with with COVID happening, I have another year of eligibility. So I want to use that. So since I'm going to be here, I'm going to get my MBA as well, and that's a 5-year program.
Okay.
So I was able to dually enroll. So this year I was able to do some master's classes, and then next year I will finish that up. So.
Cool. And we forgot to mention that you're a member of the basketball team, if
Yes.
you don't already know. Bash, did you have an injury last season?
Yes. So my 8th game of the year against UK, I landed on a layup and tried to brace myself with my left wrist, and I broke it. And the bone I broke is a scaphoid. It's on the inside, near your thumb.
Mm-hmm.
And on the inside, it's next to other bones, so it's harder to heal. There's no blood flow to that area.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me 4 months to heal, so I was out for the rest of the
Wow.
season. And it's usually when you hear a wrist injury, it's oh, you're not going to be out for that long. It does suck, but
Right.
you can come back. But this bone is the worst bone you can break.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
So you're looking forward to next season.
Yes.
How did you handle, the PT, and did you do PT, or what was your recovery like for?
Well, they gave me 2 options. They said I could either let it heal by itself or I could get surgery immediately. So I think I broke it on the 29th of November, and then I got surgery about 10 days later. So they put me in the cast right after it happened, and then I was in a soft splint for 2 weeks after. Then they put me in a some type of splint. I don't even know what it was. It just was terrible regardless. But I just try to remain positive through,
Man. Yeah.
be around my teammates, encourage them. I know it sounds corny, but what else can you do?
Right.
I could have pouted, but that would have just made me miserable, and my teammates would just be well, you're a whiner. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Prior to this injury, did you have any injuries at Bellarmine or before, during your your high school career?
High school, not much. But my sophomore year, we went to the CBI, which is just a tournament under the NIT.
Mm-hmm.
It was our first year in Division I. And when we were in Daytona Beach, my the bottom of my leg started hurting really bad, and I ended up partially tearing my Achilles.
Oh
So
my
luckily it
gosh.
was I just tore a little sliver on the medial side of my right Achilles, so it was fine. I just was in a boot for about 2 months. Started working out again in May, so it wasn't too big of a deal, but I remember when I did it, I just went from toe to heel, and I was
Oh,
it didn't feel the best.
painful.
Yeah, I can't, that's the thing is I can't imagine if someone if I fully
Yeah.
tore it, it already hurt, tearing a sliver. If you tear it completely,
Right.
that's I don't even want to think about it.
I'm glad that it wasn't that.
Yeah.
But shoot,
Well, you had an ACL repair, so
it's tough. Injuries are tough.
that couldn't feel the
Yeah.
best,
Yeah, injuries are tough, but how would you describe your 4 years being a member of the basketball team here at Bellarmine?
That's a good question, but a difficult question. I stayed here for 4 years, so I gotta like something
go,
about it.
yeah.
Our head coach is very tough. He really knows what he's talking about. So I like playing for him just because he wants the best for all of us. His delivery is not always the best, but he really does care, and he really knows what he's talking about. He's a very, very good coach, hence all his success here. He's been here since 2005. I really do like it. It's a commitment. It's a 4 or 5 year commitment that, like anything hard in life, it's not gonna be easy all the time. You're not gonna always enjoy it, but I really am glad that I've stuck with it throughout this, and I'm really excited for next year as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have an athlete that you look up to or someone that's inspired you?
That's a good question. Growing up, I always liked Dirk Nowitzki. So he's an NBA player from Germany. And I think he retired about 5 years ago. And I always looked up to him just because he was very talented.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't always the most athletic, but he was very talented. He had very good footwork. He's a dude that just shot like fadeaways, and he's like 7 foot. So I always looked up to him just because of how he like understood the game, and I knew that. I don't know. I wasn't gonna be the most athletic, you know. Sometimes you got the feeling like I'm not gonna be the most athletic, so I figured I might want to learn the game. So.
What do you mean by that?
Just there's different levels of like being athletic. Like I couldn't even dunk till I was a senior in high school, and like I still can barely dunk. So like when you don't have the athleticism, you got to make it up in some other area.
Okay.
So that's why I always looked up to him.
Interesting.
Just like since I was like 6 or 7 years old, he was just fun to watch regardless.
Yeah.
So.
When you weren't playing basketball, did you play any other sports, or do you wish you played any other sports?
My freshman year in high school and my sophomore year in high school, I played baseball. So I was a pitcher and a first baseman. I really liked the games. Like, if you really like baseball, I sound like an idiot, but like the practices, I hated it. Like, I hated the practices just because when I was a freshman, we only had one field. So it was like we had 9 or 10 pitchers working on pickoff moves. So like, it's hard for me to stay focused sometimes. So like, if there's 9 or 10 guys rotating in trying to do like pickoff moves, there's so much time where I'm just like messing around and not interested, not locked in, not focused. So I loved pitching in the games, but like I just didn't have the work ethic when it came to that, and I didn't love it like I did basketball.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Let's move on and talk. That's great to hear about your basketball career, and you've had quite a career.
Thank you.
Let's talk about your early entry program here at Bellarmine and how you have another year of eligibility for both. You know, you started early for school, but you also have another year to play. Do you want to talk about some of the classes you're taking in the MBA program here at Bellarmine?
Yeah, sure. So the 2 MBA classes I have this semester, I took organizational behavior and accounting. So they're both MBA classes, and I already took my undergrad accounting classes for my finance degree, but this one was kind of more working with a group, and I think that a lot of the MBA classes are more focused on learning with your group, and it's more collaborative, which I do like, just because you don't feel that same pressure as having to complete the assignment by yourself. And I feel like a lot of times when you work individually, it's like I want to have it right. I'm not sure if it's right, but I really want to get a good grade. But you bounce your ideas off other people, and you have to do less work. If everybody does a little bit, nobody has to do a lot. So I will say I'm excited that accounting is over because dang, it is really hard. So I've studied accounting for 4 years and I still don't understand it. And I'm not trying to be funny, I still don't understand it. And I thought maybe in the MBA class I'd be like, oh, I'm really going to be ahead, because some of these people in these MBA classes have not even taken accounting yet, and I still just had no idea.
It's tough.
Yeah,
it's hard.
It's not easy.
No, I give you credit for that. What is your plan? Like, when you graduate with your master's, when you're done here at Bellarmine, what do you want to do? What career-wise?
Well, right now I have an internship in medical sales, and I'm really interested in that. I kind of started being interested in that just because I don't want to sit. I know for a fact, like, I would not thrive if I just sat at a desk. Like, I feel like I really enjoy like being up and active. I also don't have the attention span to just sit at a computer all day. So being in the hospital, like, I've had some experience like in the OR, and I've also been like transporting implants and instruments like to the hospital. So I've been in different hospitals, which is really cool, because I think it's very eye-opening in the fact that I've never had that experience. And a lot of people, if you don't go into those hospitals and see kind of what they're doing, you would have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. And I've really been able to experience that. I've enjoyed it so far.
Great.
Obviously, I haven't been able to do the sales aspect of it much just because I can only work in the summer just because basketball is like a 10 out of 12-month period that I'm
Right.
going to be playing basketball.
Right.
So mostly I'm just doing logistics, but I enjoy it.
That's great. It's good to have a plan.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So I'd like to do that. I mean, it could change.
Mhm.
Anything sales. I like talking to people, so
You're good at it.
thank you. I mean, I hope this is interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
Who knows? We might get like 10 views.
No, don't say that.
Yeah.
Well, let's wrap it up. So, tell me one fun thing the audience doesn't know about you.
Wow. You're just
Putting you
gonna
on
put
the
me
spot
on the spot.
right here.
Put me on the spot like that. I love food. I love eating. I love dessert. I love breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, that's an easy one.
Do you have a favorite meal out of those three?
Dairy Queen.
Like,
always a
like
staple.
food or like
Any
ice
of it,
cream or
all
like
of it.
all of it.
All of it.
Go to Blizzard.
Oh, s'mores. And it just got back on the menu. I was so excited.
All right. Well, that's Bash Wieland, everybody. He likes s'mores, blizzards, and food.
A bunch of other stuff
and
that nobody
food.
cares about.
So, thank you so much for watching. This has been Leighanne Jordan and Bash Wieland, and I'll see you next week. Have a great day.